Peace, everyone. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? I feel like getting on here talking a little shit. I just seen this video. It just went up, so I should have downloaded it, but I'm gonna go to his channel and just play it on his channel. Get a Negro view. Get a Negro view. As you see, it's on Khalil Amani World. I won't do nothing about you on Khalil Amani World. That's why he's speaking in code. He won't say my name because he's a little female. He want to get into a fight like females do, but he's afraid. But it's all good. I'm here just to talk shit to him.
Hey, what's good, people? I am Professor Khalil Amani, and this is Khalil Amani's World.
See there? I'm humble. I'm just called Labradatus. But anyway.
Back for another Bible teaching.
Now, he's talking about women that was made before Eve. In what Bible do you read that? Please tell me your source, your reference point of coming up with this information. Because I done seen Teen Wolf, and they talk about Lilith and all that stuff. So who are you getting this stuff from? What white European scholar are you chasing up behind now? Because you came to the community with this homosexual stuff, quoting white European scholars, and I beat that up, but you don't respect my scholarship because I'm a high school dropout. You say fifth grade dropout and stuff, and I fuck you up. But whenever you get to be man enough and confront me about this little shit you be talking, please let me know. Well, let's listen more.
I want to talk to you about Cain's wife. Cain's wife. That's right. I want to talk to you about Cain's wife. But before we get to Cain's wife, I first want to talk to you about the women who preceded Eve as the wife of Adam. That's
preceded Eve in what? Being the wife of Adam? Once again, what fairy tale book are you getting this out of? What basic Bible literary are you getting this from? What book? The new KJV? The NIV? The what? Who? The European? Which book? Which book? I want to see what the average Negro in America reads, which is probably KJV or NIV or some of them things. But whatever book or dictionary, what you read, what's the people they got them that Bible, the Milwaukee Bible or whatever that Bible thing. What the hell are you getting these fairy tales from? But hey, we're gonna listen to them.
That's right. Most of you have never heard what I'm about to teach.
And how is it? So now God is only speaking to him and telling them stuff and giving them secret books and stuff that they got enough fraternal lodges and stuff where they in there sleeping with each other and doing the thing that the goddess had them doing to each other and stuff. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, Professor.
That in fact and indeed, there are earlier myths.
Myths, like who believed that the Bible is a myth? It might have myths in it, but who believed that the Bible is a myth? Because now you want to speak about myths. He probably go get some Jewish fairy tales and everything. He going up on some rock that I ain't never been on.
Earlier narratives, earlier stories about the Bible that talk about God creating two women before Eve.
So now, there's some book out there that tells you about two women being created before Eve. That's why when that conversation came up and say, how many creations in the KJV Bible? Genesis 1, Genesis 2, and Genesis 5. Because most said only 1 and 2. That's all they knew about. I introduced Genesis 5. Because that's where the meat of the conversation need to be helped at. But he wanted to say he's a 5th grade dropout. He don't know SHIT about what he's talking about. But I want to see what the book said that he's coming out of.
As we have it, Eve is called the mother of all living.
Where did he get that from? He got that from me because I was talking to the queen today. So while he was sitting at home beating this little meat to some two men's doing what they do, he watching us and getting this information and then coming back trying to respond to it, but he won't say my name.
Eve is considered the first woman on earth. But I'm going to introduce you to two women that have basically been expunged and written out of the Bible narrative.
So, Eve is considered the first woman. What do it say that in the KJV? And what other Bible do it say that? Huh? See, all you got to do is keep asking them what his source is. Source up, my nigga.
But they are Eve's predecessors. They are Eve's predecessor. Now, let me say this. I like to talk slow and take my time.
And still fuck up what you're talking about. But go ahead, Professor.
There are Bible teachers out there,
Israel doctrine,
that might know about this stuff, but they will never expose you to it because they are afraid of that which is outside of the King James Bible.
Not afraid of it. You can bring it to the conversation, to the table, to the fight, or whatever. You are afraid to bring it to the table and let it get beat up. But you will teach it to the people as if it's undefeatable.
They make all kinds of spooky, scary excuses. You see, people, there are a couple things that separate humankind, mankind, men and women, boys and girls from all other species on the planet Earth.
Why are you talking about boys and girls? You on that pedophilia stuff again, my man? Why are you talking about children? You should be forbidden to talk about children because you're a pedophile, my nigga. But hey, we gonna listen to you, pedophile tale.
Do you know what those things are? Number one, the universe, God, He gave us two little things called thumbs. Other than the monkeys, the chimpanzees, we're the only ones that have these two functioning members called thumbs. And as small as these digits are, they do a lot of work. They control the movement of the other four fingers. So you can grasp and hold on and punch and write. These thumbs are very important and they help separate people, humanity, from all other animal life. That's the first thing. But even more important than that, the universe, God, gave us something that no other creature, as far as we can tell, has. You know what it is? It's called a cerebral cortex. It's located in the brain. Well, what's the function and purpose of the cerebral cortex? The cerebral cortex allows men and women, boys and girls, people, humanity. It allows us to reason and to think and to use cognition and to think in abstraction and to formulate and to understand the differences between good and bad, knowing and not knowing. It separates us.
Now, I agree. Question though, if one knows about this and one don't know about this, do that mean that they can put strings on your cerebral cortex and move you how they want to move you? You know how they say in rap, I'm the reason that he act like that or move like that. I put the battery in his back, or I put the battery in his cerebral cortex and make them do what it is they do. You a writer. You see how you write and control these people on the internet. All of them love a CI. When the biggest thing on YouTube is you should mess with. Let me tell you a story. I first met this dude. I brought him on internet. I brought him on YouTube. I introduced him. Sarnetta said he a snitch and he a rat. Look at Israel Doctrine over there running with a snitch and a rat. Everybody stopped messing with me that same day. They ran for me. They all ran for me. Carl over there messing with a snitch and a rat. Then I hooked it up for him to go on Sarnetta's. Sarnetta stole him, took him. Then he wanted to snitch and a rat no more. He took that man and put that man next to everybody in the community. He took the snitch and the rat that he was talking about weeks before and integrated them into every YouTuber on the site. Now he think he bigger than King Kong. He think he got King Kong nuts and he can mess with me. See, he used to be a little thing. Then Sarnetta blew him up. Now he think he the man and can do what he want to do. But he'll talk noise and he'll talk crazy. But as soon as I ask him to prove what he's saying, I went over to the Queen's channel. I did this, I did that. No, you was messing with the cerebral cortex of the Queen because you know about that and you try to manipulate her cerebral cortex. Tell the world, stop lying, my nigga.
Cognition. It allows us to learn and build and add and subtract and divide and multiply. It allows us to formulate ideals that can make us create something called automobiles and go at 100 miles an hour. Our cerebral cortex our divine minds that the universe and God has given us allows us to create things in our imagination that say, you know what? I can get up in the air like a bird. Although I don't have wings, I can formulate a machine that allows me to fly like a bird. We call them airplanes and jets. And we can go from one part of the country 3,000 miles to another part in 3 or 4 hours. This is the beauty of humanity. Our brains have infinite power. I believe that most people that deal with the brain, they say that humanity uses about 10% of our actual brain power. The other 90% is just dormant and just laying there to be unlocked future generations of humans.
He's sounding good. This how he grease you up before he fuck you.
I preface that my conversation with this brain stuff because there are YouTubers that would tell you anything outside of the King James Version of the Bible is prohibited, should be off limits, and you shouldn't read it.
So what do prohibited mean, Professor? Meaning you shouldn't read it, is you shouldn't mess with it. When have I ever said that? I said, for as me, for as my own personal preference, I don't do it. Because I done seen people do it and they turn into damn fools. You'd be like, I thought you was good last week. You was all good just a week ago. You went read that book, didn't you? And that book got you out here speaking ignorantly now. And I don't want to talk to you about it because I don't want to deal with ignorance. If I want to deal with ignorance, I would have went and read that book and dealt with ignorance so I could teach people how not to deal with the ignorance. But once again, I learned ways to defeat the stuff without reading what y'all go read. But if you got a book and you can read it, I can't read it. I have you read it, and then I still tear it up. See how I would manipulate the stuff, though I don't have the ability to read?
Some of these people are high school dropouts.
Yes, I am.
Some of these people can hardly read and write.
Yes,
and it is the people who have the less amount of education.
Correct. Why? Because people go to school, they educate you so they can grease you up and F you. Tell me the people, the nerds and everybody that went and did the schools, they went to college. You know what they did when they went to college? They joined a fraternity. They joined a sorority. They pledged allegiance to a Greek god because they educated. And they're not going to let them in them places without that education because they're vampires. They're going to steal their intelligence and make it a part of their organization so they can get money and everything else. No different than the church and stuff. They want bodies and people a part of their organizations. And if you're not so-called educated enough, they don't want you. You know why? Because you ain't going to get a good salary and you ain't going to bring some of that salary to them. They do it today in these mega Hebrew Israelite churches, these Sunday mega churches and stuff. They do it right here on YouTube. He doing it right now. Hey, once again, as I said, I was talking to Sadnella yesterday, and he like to tell, well, God sending lying spirits, and God lying. And God ain't lying. He get a lying spirit that's gonna lie. He ain't gotta tell it to lie. He already know it's gonna lie. He'll say, tell me to lie, you gonna tell him. Oh yeah, that's a good one. That'll win him. Now go down there and talk to him. And then the lying spirit go down there and talk to you and tell you exactly what you want to know. Tell you the lie that you looking for. You've been looking for this lie all your life, and he just told it to you. You know what you're going to do? You're going to open your eyes and say, Eureka. And you're going to believe that lie, and that lie is what's going to get you killed. He showed this with Saul. Everybody like go all these places. The first king of Israel in the fleshly world, Saul. Saul didn't do what the Lord did. The Lord sent a spirit on that man. Drove that man crazy. David had to come play songs and stuff and try to get that spirit off him. See, I'm not David. I'm not coming playing SHIT for you. If I love you, you really close to me, I'll argue and fight with you. But just the average human being, if you want that spirit on you, because you ain't got no love for the truth, you ain't got no love for the truth, I pity you. Because I ain't trying to spend no time arguing and fighting with you. I'm going to go over here and try to save this soul that want to be saved, because they know they ignorant. They know they need help. They know they need all of this stuff. And I got all the stuff to help them, so I'm going to go help them. Makes sense?
The people who have problems with grammar and word usage and definitions and pronunciations, it is these types of Bible teachers that want to keep you locked into one book, the 1611 King James Bible. How convenient. How convenient that a Bible teacher who admits to dropping out of high school, who admits that he cannot read and hardly write, wants to teach that all is contained in the 1611 King James Bible.
Now, who believe that to be the truth or a lie? Because it's either one or the other. If it's the truth, you shouldn't go nowhere else. If it's a lie, go wherever you want to go. Open any book you want to open.
What else should we expect from a non-educated high school dropout and illiterate man who cannot hardly read and hardly write? What else should we expect from him?
See, so that's where he wants to draw the fighting line set. Cross this line. Can you read this? Can you say this? Can you do that? That's where he want to draw the fighting line set. And I already told you, I can't read it. I can't spell it. None of that. So erase that fighting line and move to intelligence. Move to your cerebral cortex, my nigga. But all that reading and writing and stuff can't do that. That's why people tell you, no different than me. They say I talk slow when I'm up here and stuff. Because anytime you're trying to teach people, you're trying to put it in a way that they can receive it. And if you're putting too much information too fast and stuff, people can't receive it. But at the same time, I don't do what you do, because you got to pronounce your words right and do all that shit. If you can't understand it, you better use your cerebral cortex and fill in the blank.
And so he would tell his people, and there's more than one of them, in the old slavery days, they called these black men who walked around with the Bible, who called themselves preachers, they called them jackleg preachers. And it's sad that in 2024, we still have jackleg preachers with all of the information, with Wikipedia, with Google, with Yahoo, with dictionaries, online dictionaries.
So now he wants us to believe. See, this is the thing. I tell you, that's why I'm glad I didn't finish high school and do all that and thought I was an intelligent person. Because if I can read and spell, Ooh, the shit I would do to y'all folks. Just off mirror, just like him. I will be worse than him. I will fuck you up worse than him. You know why? Because I go read some shit and then I implement the shit on you because you lack the ability to truly read, write, spell, and all that stuff. Because the ability to be literate or illiterate ain't in pronouncing words and stuff. It's understanding what the hell you read. That's why he got a problem with the KJV Bible, because he don't understand what he reading. He can't use his cerebral cortex to figure out. Like I said, he's sitting up there watching homo porn, listening to me and the queen talk, and I said, Eve is the mother of all living. You think that Negro knew that? Who in the hell ever told him his daddy didn't give a F about him and his mama died on him? Being a whore, riding dicks and shit, died on him. Who the hell taught him anything? Yahweh ben Yahweh? Who slept with his wife and all the other stuff? See, this man's whole life is effed up. It's been effed up ever since he was born. When you got a mama out here hoeing, a father kicking your tail, a spiritual leader sleeping with your wife, and everything else, he on the internet telling the RBG Hebrew, I suck your manhood. Then get on here and try to talk about me, telling the man, hey man, I hope you ain't sucked none today. When you done immediately came on the internet telling people you done sucked another man's thing. What the hell are you talking about, man? But anyway, I'm gonna calm now.
With all of the vast books to learn how to read and understand, we still have Bible teachers who are illiterate and who are no better than the 18th century jackleg preacher. Oh yeah, the jackleg preacher is a well and alive.
Oh yeah, I love it when he do that though. That's the one thing. Cause see, you got to laugh at clowns. See, he was on here telling people this guy don't know nothing. He don't know what he talking about. This whatever dude in them Bibles and stuff. Oh, he the man and everything. Talking behind some St. Louis dude. He done mess with a bunch of ignorant ass St. Louis dudes. They like working with the feds. But anyway, I went and got the guy, brought him on my channel, beat him up, and shut his mouth. He never spoke about that shit ever again.
I said the jackleg preacher in slavery times who could not read or write, the white preacher, the white landowner, the slave master, would give him a Bible. And oftentimes he would have the Bible upside down, and he would be faking like he was reading the Bible to the people, to the other slaves.
Now, I like the way he's doing it. I'm going to show y'all. Look at here. See how he doing? He got the Bible upside down. Anybody ever seen me pick a Bible up and read it to y'all like that since I'm the jackleg preacher that he talking about? Anybody ever seen me do that? See, that's why I said he go beyond telling what's reasonable. He started lying. But, hey, that's what educated fools do. They believe the lies. So believe the lie. He's just a hurt Hebrew Israelite that wife got fucked by Yahweh ben Yahweh, and he hate me because when I was a young man, I ain't gonna marry a woman and take her to Henry Bowie so Henry Bowie can fuck her and all of that. See, he mad at me because I didn't do the stupid shit he did because I dropped out of education and them jackleg preachers, teachers, and stuff that did all this stuff because I knew the world was messed up and that the teachers was misleading the world. And I wasn't going to follow. So I became an asshole. I always been an asshole. You know why? Because my mother and father allowed me to do whatever the fuck I wanted to do. And I wanted to be an asshole. So you know what I was? An asshole. You need to stop saying that, Carl. I am what I am. Why the fuck would I tell you I'm anything else?
And he would say things like, slaves, love your masters, for you will get your reward in heaven. Don't worry about this old world of slavery. You gonna be's all right. For all you color folks, we's gonna get our pie in the sky in the sweet by and by when we's.
So who have heard me talk about a pie in the sky by and by and all of that? See, he's talking about someone else. He probably called a nigga named Pizzy or whatever. I don't know who and what the fuck he talking about. But see, he's trying to talk about me, but I never did the things he up here lying to y'all about. He's supposed to be teaching y'all about 2 women before Eve, and that Cain's wife came from them women or some God-forsaken place. I don't know, but maybe we'll get there before the day over with. It's an hour and 27-minute video, but shit, we probably never get there.
Die. That's how they had the Bible upside down. They don't even know that the Bible was upside down. I'm talking about the jackleg preacher in the antebellum South during the slave days. I might have something on there. Let me see something. Jackleg preacher.
Now he's off subject again. I gotta look on my bookshelf and see if I got a book on that. Man, you supposed to be talking about 2 women before Eve and how Cain's wife is of one of them women or some other women, an animal or angels or something. I don't know what the fuck he gonna come with, but I know he's speaking ignorantly, and look at him. He ain't doing shit because he don't have shit. He just sitting up here trying to get views and shit, and he get paid so he making some money. I should have downloaded this shit and made sure he didn't make no money off of it, but fuck it.
I wonder if I have anything. I wonder if I can find that word in. I'm gonna look in a book called The Slave Community. Maybe I can find something about this jackleg preacher. I don't know. Let's see.
Now, do you think he knew that he had that book on his bookshelf? It's got a bookmark in it, and he told you he didn't read every book up there, and he put all the books that's up there. You don't think he had that after he did that acting and stuff that he just did? See, once again, he playing with y'all cerebral cortex because he's trying to bend you over, grease your ass, and go up in it. But hey, not me.
We source groceries straight to your door.
What is you doing? Let's just look at jackleg. Maybe we can find it. No, it's not. I mean, I'm just looking in the back of this book. See if I see anything. Preacher, presbyter, show. But I'm sure if I pull this out, I could find a reference to the so-called jackleg preacher. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. But I wanted to start off my.
See, this guy here is no different than the Ra Squad architect, the real black atheist. Do you know that black atheist has a deity that he worship? Nigga ain't never told you he worship no deity. He said he an atheist. He used a word to mean he don't have no God, no deity, none of that shit do we deal with. But he sacrificed to a deity that y'all don't know about. And I learned about him because he used to fuck with me all the time until I learned about that, and then I bit him in the ass with it. Oh, that's what you doing? That's what you doing? And then he learned, he said, I shouldn't play with that guy. He might not be able to read, but he ain't no goddamn fool. He will bite you in your motherfucking ass if you keep fucking with him long enough.
My conversation letting you know that there are people out there who claim to teach Bible, but they are no more than New Jack 21st century jackleg preachers. The jackleg preacher is just like the shade tree mechanic.
Now, let's look at it. He's an ex-Hebrew Israelite. He should know how to go out here and beat up people with whatever Bible or whatever lies he got and show them. Don't them Hebrew Israelites go to Sunday churches? Don't they question them all, be outside at their congregation and stuff? They go for the head, don't they? I'm the head of my church. This has attacked me, attacked my church, attacked my character. Sit up and lied and said, I got a friend of your mama and you from Chicago and woo, 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 woo. And they gonna tell, and I ain't never heard anybody come out and lie for him. I ain't never heard anybody come out and tell that lie. You know why? Because my mama, see, people think that mamas is nice. My mama was worse than me. You think I'm a motherfucking fool and act a clown with people and everything. My mama, she had no friends. Not in Chicago, maybe in Arkansas. Because I didn't seen her go up to people's house, borrow money and everything. She had friends. But from Chicago, gonna tell you some shit about me and my mother? Where they at? Produce them. ASAP. Shit, it's been 3-4 years since you told that damn lie and you ain't produced shit yet. Where you at? You just a pitiful old ass man that be on the internet getting effed up by a 5th grade dropout. I wouldn't tell nobody if I that's why y'all ain't talk about me, I think, last night. I downloaded it. I wasn't watching last night, and I ain't finished watching it today, but I'm going to get it. Because I'm going to be talking about your monkey ass Friday at 6 o'clock, showing how you attack me and my church because you don't like me. See, and one thing any black person knows, there is things that you don't do in this community. You don't fucking go and attack a church or a preacher unless you go and do it. If you're not going to walk your ass up in that church and deal with that man because he's a jackleg preacher and all this stuff, like you doing this shit on Facebook, and you ain't going to never address me, you's a lying ass bitch that need to shut the fuck up and go sit down somewhere. Old ass man. Stop fucking with the younger generation. You already a pederast, pedophile, and all the other shit. Quit trying to fuck up those younger than you. You'd have been here, nigga, gonna die. If you ain't liking this shit.
You know who that is. Every community has a shade tree mechanic. You know, Ray and them. You want your car fixed and you don't have the money? Take it over there to Ray and them. They call them shade tree mechanics. They informally know how to work on cars, but they've never really had, you know, they never went to an auto mechanics school, but they have a knack for auto mechanics.
So, see, this fuck up his whole narrative. If you got a knack for fixing cars and never went to school to fix cars, you a smart ass nigga. If you're you know, if you can do great shit, but you can't fix your sink, I mean, you're a goddamn fool. But if your sink stop up and stuff and you can fix it, and Einstein can't fix it, who the fuck is Einstein at that moment? Because you need Einstein to fix jets and shit. You don't need Einstein to fix sinks and refrigerators and stoves and shit. See, because that's what intelligence is. It's based on what you intelligent in, what you can do. Whether if you was formally trained or informally trained. Now, he said, I shits on Henry Bowie by talking noise. I tell you, I love Henry Bowie. It hurts me that he won't accept the fact that you got to go from Hebrew to Israelite, when it ain't nothing else in the world to do. If you're a Hebrew and you're not an Israelite, you're going to get left out of everything. And him being my teacher, and he don't understand that, I'm down on him. But I understand he an old man now. He's set in his ways, and he has some ignorant-ass Hebrew Israelite teach him that shit. And when he indoctrinate him with that shit ain't going to get up out of him until he choose to change his damn mind on it. And I ain't God. I can't make him change his mind. So you know what I did? I said, fuck Henry Bowie. Because I'm not finna argue and fight with no man that don't want to change his fucking ways. If you want to die and go to hell eventually, then take your ass somewhere, go die, and go to hell then. Fuck you then. I want to help you, but if you don't want no help, I ain't here to help you. And I ain't afraid to say what I got to say because I ain't afraid of no goddamn man. He want to talk about what I said about my teacher. No, nigga, go talk about that bitch ass nigga, Yahweh being Yahweh, that you thought was Jesus and all that. You was a fucking fool then. You still a fucking fool.
Similarly, the jackleg preacher is like that. The jackleg preacher, he simply intakes a bunch of biblical scriptures and then tries to regurgitate them to you. And if you bring any scriptures outside of what the jackleg preacher teaches, he will say it's heretical. He will say that's the devil stuff. Because the jackleg preacher in the 21st century, he has bought into the canonization of the King James 1611.
Let me stop this one. Love going off. I'm gonna cut it off. Woo! Y'all see this? Now, sitting up in the right corner, she might still be sitting here, is the YouTube Street Queen. We just had a show. She was like, I was trying to get you off of that Bible and all of this and everything. Because she don't like this. A lot of y'all might not like this. I like fucking niggas up. This a bitch ass nigga and he need fucking up. I'm gonna fuck him up. Just had to say that. Damn. So let's fast forward.
Divisions and religions and denominations and sects and cults. And so, when we talk about the Adam and Eve narrative, there's a lot of books and a lot of scripture that simply did not make your King James Bible 66 books. It's a lot. There are earlier stories about Adam and Eve and the garden, which placed Eve as the third woman created by God. Let's just go into reading them. I've talked enough. We're going to be reading from a book. It's called Hebrew Myths. Hebrew Myths. What are Hebrew myths? Hebrew myths are religious and scriptural and biblical stories that some made the Bible, and some of these stories did not make the Bible.
Now, see me, this uneducated fool, I don't fuck with Hebrew nothing. You know why? Because Hebrew, whatever it is, the Lord God of Israel baptized, I mean, he drowned, murdered their ass through baptism, in rebirth. It's called born again. A fucking Hebrew Israelite don't know shit about born again. You can try to tell them all day. And if you don't think that you need to be born again, now you saying fuck Jesus. It's cool. I ain't got no problem with you saying fuck Jesus. I ain't gonna say fuck Jesus. But this is the type of shit that goes on with them Hebrew Israelites. This is an ex-Hebrew Israelite. Listen to him.
And so the story of the two women who come before and precede Eve, those stories did not make the book of Genesis in your Bible.
Now, where did they come from? Did they come from Adam real, or did they come from Adam dickhead? How did they come out of Adam? Or were they in Adam? Where did they come from? Just the dust of the ground, or what? What's this Hebrew mythology on these women? Where the hell they come from? But hey, I ain't supposed to ask the question.
They didn't make the cut. But these stories are earlier than the Adam and Eve story that you are so familiar with. So I want to take you through and let you read about the two women that God made before he made Eve from the rib of Adam. I love this stuff.
Now, let's just look at it. Here we go, 5th grade, high school dropout or whatever, right? If God made Eve a certain way and God said he don't change, meaning he do everything the same, how many fucking ribs did he take out of Adam? Because when he made Eve, he made out of a rib, right? So how the fuck he make them other women? Why is it man don't have 3 ribs missing? And all this small stuff. If you got any kind of brain, this is the type of stuff that's supposed to kick in. Cerebral cortex is what he called it.
I love upsetting the apple cart. So the book, we're going to turn to it. Again, it's called Hebrew Myths. And you can see, you know, my name used to be Lloyd. I've had this book since 1993. In 1993, I was 33 years old, and today I'm 64. So I've had this book about 32 years.
Where did the book come from? Where did you steal it from? This showed that he's a thief. This shows that he's a thief. He stole this book in 93. But I ain't trying to get him locked up. I just want to show the YouTube world that he's a thief.
This is old teaching to me. This is old teaching. So we're going to go to, and this book also, let me tell you, is by Hebrew Myths, by two different guys. By a guy named Robert Graves and Raphael Patai. And this is a rather old book. I think it was published in 63. Let's see. Copyright 1963-64. Got it? And as you see, Raphael Patai is a doctor. So that's just let you know that there's a PhD in the work of this book, Dr. Raphael Patai.
So once again, it's them educated niggas that want to oil your asshole up and fuck you. It's not the guy that ain't got shit. You ain't got nothing. Why are you trying to fuck people out of their knowledge, their money, or whatever? But anyway.
All right, let's go. And so the story is called Adam's Helpmeet. Okay?
Because like I said, talking to Cesaria, This is how you get polygamy. This is how you get men with more than one wife and stuff and everything. That's why men has been failed.
Let's start right here. Some say that God created man and woman in his own image on the sixth day, giving them charge over the world, but that Eve did not yet exist. Now, God had set Adam to name every beast, bird, and other living things. When they passed before him in pairs, male and female, Adam, being already like a 20-year-old man, felt jealous of their loves, and though he tried coupling with each female in turn, found no satisfaction in the act.
So what it just said is Adam fucked every beast. He tried to couple with everyone because it wasn't a female mate. This type of book y'all read.
He therefore cried, "Every creature but I has a proper mate. I and prayed God would remedy this justice." Let's stop here.
He said injustice. It was an I and N before the word justice. But see, I ain't supposed to be able to read. I told the queen, she be telling people, he can read in it. Please don't. I ain't supposed to be able to read. So if I can read it and you fuck it up, you need an ass whooping. Not me, but hey.
And let's look at.
And then let me just show you how I spotted it. Right?
Help meet. Okay? We'll start right here. Some say that God created man charged. Now things Adam felt jealous of their loves, and though he in turn found a creature, but I has a proper mate. I and prayed God would remedy.
There go the word right there. See it? Am I lying? There go the word right there. God, pray to God what?
This justice.
He said justice. Ain't that an I-N before that? It has a prefix before justice, injustice. But he want to meddle me and say, I can't read. Now, what do that tell you about him? That tell you that he's supposed to be able to read. And he's supposed to be able to do shit. But when you say you can do shit and you fuck up, that's your ass. That's why I never came out here and told people I can read. I'm an outlaw. 21. Outlaw. If y'all know what book and everything I'm talking about, because I'm talking in code, you already know.
Every creature but I has a proper mate. I and prayed God would remedy this justice. Let's stop here and let's look at something. Notice that it says God had set Adam to name every beast and bird and other living thing. When they, meaning these animals, when they passed before Adam in pairs, male and female, Adam, being already like a 20-year-old man, felt jealous of their loves. And though he tried coupling with each female.
Coupling with each female. So now we got Adam running around with bestiality, fucking every female beast there is. Damn good book. But this the type of shit will get you doing shit to your children and shit. Because it'll fuck with your head. You'll say, well, Cain slept with his sister. Oh, that's incest. What the fuck is bestiality then?
In turn, found no satisfaction in the act. We can't let that go. Whoa, 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 whoa. What is you saying, Khalil? What is you saying? It ain't what I'm saying. What we are reading is that Adam tried to have sexual relations, i.e., i.e., sex, with these animals. That Adam was first into something that we call today bestiality.
This nigga teaching me.
In this narrative, in this mythological tale, Adam gets jealous that there's a male and female of all these animals that he just named. He gets jealous and he realizes, I don't have nobody, just me. And so Adam gets a goat, he gets a sheep, he gets a lion and a tiger, a bear, a dog, and a cat, and he takes them home. And Adam tries to be intimate with these animals, but he finds no satisfaction and no pleasure because the animals, they can't reciprocate and tell him of the experience that they're having. You know, intercourse is not just the act. Intercourse is also intercourse. If you look up the word intercourse, it means to speak, it means to dialogue, it means to communicate, it means to talk. And so before Adam had any woman, I said before Adam had any woman, he was into bestiality. He was trying to find some satisfaction in the females, in the female animals of different species. Yeah, I guess we know that couldn't be in the Bible, huh? We couldn't put that myth in there, huh? But yet it was a myth that before Adam had a woman, he was banging out female dogs and female pets and female puppies and female bears and female goats and female sheeps. But he could find no satisfaction because they were animals, and though it might have felt pretty good during the act, he couldn't cuddle with them. They couldn't reciprocate. They could not have conversation after the act. It was just different, and it was just wrong. It was just a physical thing that Adam was looking for. And so today we call that word bestiality. YouTube, this is for teaching and religious and spiritual and mythological commentary.
No. This is what he studied and believes. This is the type of stuff he got on his bookshelf. This type of stuff that he take in. This is daily operation for him and crazy stuff because he want to go against this 5th grade dropout that read the Bible, that don't say Adam ever mess with animals, he just named them. But he go read these PhDs and stuff, and you know what that PhD was doing back there in that faculty room, right? Getting ran through because he got to push the LGBT shit.
On its YouTube, this is commentary on the early pre-biblical narratives of Adam and Eve. And in the pre-biblical narrative of Adam, we find that Adam tried to have sex with animals, but it just didn't sit well with him. Because we know there's always the foreplay, there's always the cuddling and the communication after the act. Animals could not provide Adam with that kind of satisfaction. I know this is very new. This is very new. So after Adam went through a couple of goats and sheep and dogs and cats, after he experimented with a lot of different animals, sexually speaking, he got mad and got jealous and he cried to God and said, look here, God. You've given all the animals a mate, male and female. What about me, God? Adam said, what about me, God?
You can't read it, he's making
And so, again, you see it. You see it. Now, God had set Adam to name every beast, bird, and other living thing. When they passed before him in pairs, male and female, Adam being already like a 20-year-old. You know why they say this right here? Adam being already like a 20-year-old. They want you to know that he was a man. He was a sexual creature, that he was waking up with a stiffy, with a woody, that he was waking up ithyphalic, that his manhood says already like their loves, coupling that animal species in turn. What is the act? The act is sexual intercourse. He therefore cried, every creature but I has a proper mate, and prayed God would remedy this injustice.
See there? When he read it the second time, injustice. Damn, I'm great. Because if I'd have seen there and he read justice when there was injustice, I ought to correct that bitch ass nigga. Look here, bitch ass nigga. You just fucked up. Now go get your ass on the wall and turn and shut the hell up and stop. Because see, that's what happens when you deal with perfect people.
Again, I'm not trying to be vulgar. I'm not trying to diss Adam. I'm simply showing what the pre-biblical narratives were that were out there. These are the stories that were circulating around the campfires in the Jewish.
This is what you teach little grandson and grandchildren. You know how them Hebrew Israelites and them commanders, they be arguing and stuff, and say, you teaching people about phalluses and all that stuff, and you teach them all this, because that's what cosmology and all that stuff is about. Well, when you get outside that KJV and start dealing with these books, you gonna teach them children that Adam used to be messing with them animals. And therefore, they'll feel like, well, shit, if he tried it, I can try it. Why not? And now you teaching bestiality to your children.
And Hebrew and Israelite countrysides, that Adam, the first man, named all the animals and then realized he was a lonely old man. And about 20 years old, he realized that he felt something deep down in his loins. He woke up every morning with a stiffy and going, wow, I know that when I drink water, I pee out of it, but there's something else. This stiffy that I got, it's got a secondary use. It's got a secondary use.
Source, where your source at? You didn't even read that in the source materials that you just got to read. Why are you on the internet lying?
And the Hebrew myth says that Adam, he tried coupling with the females of different animals, but he found no satisfaction.
No satisfaction. Because, hey, look, you can sleep with an animal, and I know the men's be sneaking out there in the moms, sleeping with them sheets and goats and stuff. You can get satisfaction. Because if you just trying to bust a nut, you can bust a nut in an animal. I know this to be true. My cerebral cortex and shit know all about this stuff. So, what are they trying to say? I don't know. This sounds like some crazy sexual novel, but go ahead.
He found no satisfaction in the act. The book says in the act. I don't want you to think I'm being, grotesque or gratuitous as I explain this sexual Hebrew myth. And so, the woman, the first woman created, if you think that woman is the Eve of your Bible, get this. If you only know about the Adam and Eve story in the Bible, if you only know about the Eve that was created from the rib of a man, understand and know that the early Hebrew myths teach us that Eve was created simply after Adam had sex with a bunch of female animals. That Eve is the result and the product of Adam's sexual lust for satisfaction. That Adam had already ran through a bunch of female animals. He ran through them and could get no satisfaction in the act. So if you want to stay with the Genesis narrative, understand that Eve is the product and the result by happenstance, because Adam was not satisfied with his sexual liaisons and sexual trysts and sexual experimentation with these female animals. Imagine if Adam would have been satisfied with having sex with female dogs and female goats and female lions and tigers and bears. Oh my! Imagine if Adam actually been satisfied sexually with animals. Would we even have a woman ever created?
See, this is why the Greeks and all them people come. That's why you get the little goat men and the little, what is it? The I don't even know their names. The men and the horses and stuff, because people used to mate with animals. You hear the term, it's called bestiality. And it shouldn't be dealt with at all, but hey, this is what you have to deal with when you ain't in the KJV.
Things that make you go, And so we can deduce and we can extrapolate that the only reason women are on earth today is because one man's lower region, his penis, because one man's sexual organ was not pleased with female animal intimacy. That's what can be extrapolated from that story. The only reason that women are here today is because Adam was sexually unsatisfied with the activity of female animals. My God. My God. Thank God for Adam's unsatisfactory sexual liaisons with animals. Because we know the beauty and the satisfaction that women bring through the intimacy of love making. We know the beauty and the wonderful and the fantabulous feeling of sexual intimacy. We know.
You see how he going on about that? Me, I'd have said, man, pussy good. That's it. Hey, you don't need to go into great, but see, he think everybody think he's a homosexual, so he got to go into all this. Oh, we know women and woo woo. Hey, look, man, women are for what they are, and they do talk to you after you have sex with them and all this other stuff. But most men, they might want to argue or whatever. Men and women, shit, you know, no need to tell you. If you don't know.
But you didn't know that, did you? You didn't know that the only reason that Eve is in the world, that Eve was created, thus that women came along, is because this man was unsatisfied with the act of bestiality. You see, when I talk about women as secondary citizens, women as lower class citizens, these are the archetypal stories and mythologies that create women as second class citizens. I don't buy this garbage. Of course, I don't buy this garbage. But I'm here to show you. I'm here to show you why you read in the New Testament Paul saying women should learn in silence and be subjected to their husbands. That women should not teach nor usurp authority over a man. It goes back to the very beginning. Paul is simply carrying on the tradition of women as second-class citizens. It goes back to Genesis. And even if you buy the narrative that Eve was created from the rib of Adam, it still makes Eve a second-class citizen because Adam was not created from anything Eve ever had. And so women today, you sound silly. You sound religiously and spiritually and biblically ignorant when you say, well, you know, I'm my man's rib. I'm my man's rib. Or when a man says,
Hey, people, he got 30 more minutes. He ain't talking about shit but sleeping with animals. I'm done listening to that lying ass nigga. And he wanna confront me and shit. Man, you better take that Hebrew shit and throw it in the garbage and get the fuck up out of here with that. You a social, sexual deviant. And the majority of society is not deviants. And if you bring that shit to them, they gonna take your ass out there to the wood and burn your ass. Keep playing games with it. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Community, speak. Tell the bitch ass nigga don't be out here teaching bestiality and all that stuff. But y'all love that nigga. Satnetta, that's my teacher. But see, Satnetta ain't even a damn fool to listen to that shit. But hey, I'm out, y'all. Thanks for listening. He didn't have to play that bitch ass nigga for y'all, but I did what I had to do. Peace.